they might win. Scores around the league looking pretty good. I mean, at the end of the day, the standings matter. Okay, we're gonna let Welch pitch here. And then let's check the standings. No, those are stats. We want standings. So in the NL West, San Francisco is 3 games ahead of the Dodgers. The Pirates half game ahead of the Cubs. Montreal and Atlanta are tied for first. Very interesting. On the Eastern Front in the AL, Baltimore is up a game and a half over Sabluches, and then Minnesota and Kansas City are tied with the same wins. Milwaukee is feels bad, man. I feel like that one win they had was against us. But we're 9-4. Texas is not far behind us. The AL West is really competitive. I mean, yeah, I can't say the same for the NL West, but all 4 teams, because Houston was still a National League team back then, within 3.5 out from us. We got to keep the pressure on. Got to keep the pressure on. Okay, so okay, we got Welsh, we got Perez going out. Okay, let's try to clear out this homestand and clutch this out. Wade's like, I just want to hit the ball, man. Well, that's too bad. Okay, that's too bad. Yep, right. Oh, and I didn't finish talking about the Angels, about the second level of offensive values that are going on over there. So, at the beginning of the 2023 season, the A's opened up against the Angels, and one player in particular, the player I'm about to mention, got into it with a fan actually grabbing him by the jersey. Blankenship, oh no, Bordick gets a nice blooper to center field. He grabbed him by the jersey and really was talking a lot of trash to him. That player's name is Anthony Rendon. Now, Rendon is a decent player, you know. He's never really been known to shy away from interviews. But this time around, this man had the, and I'll say it, the audacity to say to the media when they wanted to interview them after losing to the Oakland Athletics in that sweep I just mentioned earlier on. Oh, Sierra lines out to the left for the end of the bottom of the first. He literally said to the reporters, "No habla inglés," or nicely translated, "Don't speak English," when he can speak perfectly good English. Like he has done interviews before. Oh, did he get him? Oh, he got him! Wow, Tarnable feels real salty after that. So yeah, he had the audacity to say "No habla inglés" to the reporters who wanted to talk to him about the game and them losing to Oakland, the worst team in the MLB. Oh, I mean, really, I think that's pretty whack, to be honest. You can be salty, sure. You can be upset, sure. You can be arrogant, you can be all the adjectives you want when it comes to being a baseball star. But the fact that you don't feel like speaking to the media, so you give them a really lame excuse on why you don't want to speak to the media, that we all know is a lame excuse, but you still go for it anyway? Come on, bruh. Come on, bro. You make millions of dollars a year, and to treat the media that way, well, I'll say it's understandable. They ask pesky questions, you're in a bad mood, they ask you things you don't want to talk about. Okay, that's fine. Neil charges one down the line. Oh, that's a fair ball. But he's got a cannon in the left field, so no, that's only going to be a single for Troy Neal. Up comes Terry Steinbach. That's pretty whack, right? Like, I feel like that is a weak way of approaching the game. Steinbach put a charge in one, but center fielder had it. Thought it was going to fly right over his head, but it didn't. It's one thing that if you always did your interviews in Spanish and you have a translator, much like other players in the league, you know, there are a couple Korean players, there's a couple Japanese players. But for you to do that as a primarily English-speaking Latino player, it's just a bad look, you know? And players like Trout and Shohei Ohtani, they should find a way to get off that team. Especially for Trout. Mike Trout has been considered one of the best baseball players in the last decade. But within the last few seasons, he's been getting injured. So he hasn't been able to showcase his talents throughout the course of the season. I mean, wow. Well, how did Border get a hold of that one? I'll never know, but everybody's safe. Infield hit for Mike Border. Up comes Blankenship. Almost feels like Blankenship should ride the pine for a little bit because he's not doing good. And the only reason why he's in the lineup is he's one of the fastest players on the team. But he is struggling hitting the ball. Already down 1-2. Ooh, fouled that off a mile. Oh no! Ooh, almost caught me slipping. Oh, dope. I mean, don't you agree? If English was your primary language and then you have the audacity to speak another language when you're not in the mood to talk to somebody in English, it's weak. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't know why you would do such a thing. I don't know. Ooh. Such an effective pitch. Okay. Alright, McGuire, you really need to do something, bro. You're like the strongest player on the team. Oh! Oh! Oh, nice. Got picked off, man. I thought he was going to try to throw the third. Didn't expect him to go to second like that. Ooh, nice play, nice play. Oh, Mattingly fouls one off. Welsh delivers 67 miles an hour for the strike. In on the hands, fouled back. Still nothing in 2. Welsh delivers. And it's a fair ball down the line. Mac overplayed it. Yeah, Boggs isn't going anywhere. He's just going to take his lead. He's not going to do anything over there. Nice. Oh. Flash in the leather at third. Armas was like, nah, fam. Got you guys. We're getting out of this inning. Alright, well, McGuire's back up with a new set of strikes. Because we got picked off at second base there. So, yeah. Trout and Ohtani should find their way off that team. Just because they're underappreciated there. Watching them play against each other in the World Baseball Classic was peak. Like, that's going to be the best we'll ever see of both of those players. And the, you know, world competition of baseball. That's another thing. It's crazy to think how many people discredit the World Baseball Classic. It's like, oh, I'm trying to win a championship. Well, I'm trying to win a gold medal for my country. One would think one of those is more important than the other, you know? I mean, everybody knows about the World Cup of baseball, or of soccer, or world football versus soccer. But, like, other countries find that to be more valuable. There's I guess, a bigger degree of patriotism when it comes to representing your country in a world tournament. And the fact that it came down to Japan and America after America actually put out a decent team for once instead of worrying about the season. Yes, there were some mishaps, but there were no regrets. Like, Edwin Diaz had a lights out relief appearance and he popped off so hard he basically shattered his leg. Out for the season. The Mets organization pissed off. Every Mets reporter pissed off, saying how irrelevant the World Baseball Classic is. No, sir, you're irrelevant. Because you're so focused on the local league action that the World League action is irrelevant to your comprehension. Those are the same type of people who ask for a supervisor after speaking to a manager, you know? I shouldn't have swung at that, but that's okay. Oh, we got another pitcher's duel here. No, Bernie, you're not gonna break it up. Not gonna let you do it. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Gallego staying hot though. Another base hit from Mike Gallego. But I do believe the boys want to turn 2 and get out this inning. Oh, get there, Sierra. Nice. Oh, Kelly's like, hey, I want to hit a home run. Not off of that, you're not. Oh, my goodness. Scott Brocious, everybody. Was that Scott Brocious? I think it was. Pretty sure it was. No, Mike Andretti. Mike Andretti, everybody. My apologies. This is before they put names on people and under their feet. Well, one can hope that, for the Athletics anyway, after this whole stadium debacle works itself out, or whatever work needs to be done on Bordick with the line drive down the right field line. Looks like he's rounding the corner for 2, and he's in there with a stand-up double. Nice. Solid piece of hitting by Mike Bordick. Definitely letting him know why he's the leadoff batter on this team. Blankenship looks at strike 2. Is already down 0-2 here. Takes a step back. Strikes out on the slow pitch. Yelling about it is not going to help you. I should take that guy out of the lineup. Don't care if he's the fastest guy on the team. If you can't hit, you're kind of pointless. Foul ball? Nope. Caught by the left fielder out there. Okay, so McGuire is up, and McGuire still has only 1 home run to his name. I mean, it's about time he should hit something, right? One would think. That's strike 2, going across the plate there. We got another slow pitch? Nope. We have a liner to the first baseman. be like, yeah, we're taking him out of the lineup right now. It looks like Brent Gates will be coming back into the lineup. Defensive shift, so Brent Gates is back on the field there, and that's a base hit. What was that for? What was that, Pat Kelly? Who was that? Oh, it was Don Mattingly. Oh no, Armas with the misplay. 2 on for the Yankees. They're threatening to break this wide open. No outs, 2 on. Oh, I almost could have had that guy at second base. Threw the wrong base. Base is juiced. No outs. Welsh seems to be in okay order here. Alright, clip the corner there. Strike 1. Throws it again. Strike 2. Maybe he can get a cheeky one outside the zone. Oh, cool. We'll take it. Popped up to the catcher Steinbach, who gets the first out of the inning. The A's really needed that one. So we're still bases juiced here. Oh, and that's a misplay by Armas to let one by him, so the Yankees are up 1-0. Bases still juiced for Bernie Williams. Doesn't bite on strike 1. Could have dropped for the double play, but he elected to catch it just to get the surefire outs. That's 2. Mike Gallego with a hot bat is up with the bases loaded. And he rips one down the left field line. That's trouble. 1 run scores. Only 1 run will score. Bases are still loaded. 2 runs for the Yankees so far. Oh, Boggs missed the 66 mile an hour. Oh, he added a little extra mustard on that one. With striking out the side, Bob Welsh got out of that jam with minimal damage. 2 outs. Or I should say 2 runs. Going into the bottom of the 9th. They're bringing on Perez. They're putting in Lee Smith with the gas. But I want to call time as well. Just to get Welsh out of there. Just because, well, he needs to be out of there. Pitched a decent game. Gave up the ghost late in the game, but Lee Smith is going to throw some heat for a little while. Let's watch the Flames fly right by Brocious here. Oh, Brocious flies out to the right field. Almost drops in for out number 1. Up comes Troy Neal's going to look at some more gas here. 102 by Lee Smith. My goodness. Another 102 down the pipes. He's going to throw another 102. Of course he is. Fouls that one off. Gotta be careful of the slow pitch here. Oh, that was a little off speed. Neal almost beats it out for out number 2. Steinbach's up. And, you know, we're going to play the strats here because obviously that 102 heat is not something you want. Crowd to play a little bit. Oh, that dropped, but it's thrown out at first. Okay, going to the top of the 8th. Yankees up 2-0, threatening to break the streak. Armas is like, nah, fam, I still got the leather over here at 3rd. Up comes Mattingly. Mattingly lines out to Gates, freshly checked into the game. Up comes Tartable. Tartable flies out to Brocious for an easy 1-2-3 inning. All right, we need some runs across the plate here, boys. We need something. We need some action. Smith's still throwing gas, but it's slowing down substantially. 97. Well, the previous one was 98. 0-2 offering. Andretti puts it on the ground. Can he leg one? And almost by half a step. Umpire had a really tough call at first base. Smith huffing, throwing a lot of fastballs, slowing down 96 on the gun and declining. Armas puts one on the ground and he's thrown out at first. Looks like, is that the last batter for Smith? It's not. They're letting him go to give him some more time. A nice pitch for a ball. Bordick puts one on the ground to Mattingly, who steps on the bag for the out. And here we go. The boys need to hold it down here. Try to make something happen in the bottom of the ninth inning. Possible walk-off situation here. Well, Gates with a nice pick right there for the first out. As long as Oakland can hold, there's still a chance here. Still a chance. Nice for strike one. Armas steps onto the grass. Good, got him. So here we go. The last 3 outs for the Athletics to keep the streak alive. 6 hits to the name. Smith is still out there, but he's probably going to come out. Yep, there he goes. And then they bring in Farr to try to save the game. Well, Brent Gates is up. It's his first at-bat of the season. Looking at strike one. Here's the 0-1 offering. 1-0-1 down the pipe, strike two. Here's the 0-2. Lines almost gets through, but no. Can't leg that one out for the first out. Up comes Sierra. Sierra is like, okay, all right, that's a ball. We'll take that. This going to be a strike? Probably. Right down the middle of the plate. He's going to throw another one, looks just like it. Clip in the corner for strike two. Oh, Sierra gets one over the infield for a base hit. The potential tying run at the plate is Mark McGuire. Still, he's batting .490, but he has only 1 home run. Already down 0-2. McGuire strikes out on a 61 mile an hour slider out of the zone. That's a bad break for Mac Attack here. Alright, so Brochus is up to with the final out. Alright, so here we go. 0-2. Runner goes. Brochus hits a towering fly ball. It has a chance, and it goes out for the game-tying home run. Scott Mother effing Brochus, 374 feet, ties the game at 2. Blown save, and there's still a chance to win this game. Wow. We may be going to extras, or if Neil's feeling up to it, we might be going home. We got 2 strikes. What's the 0-2 offering? He puts it on the ground and it gets through. Neil is on as the winning run. Coach calls time to see what we can do here to try to get some more speed on the bases. Calling for Jerry Brown to come in, run for... Oh, we can't do pitch runners in this game. That's unfortunate. Oh, that is so unfortunate. That is a rule in this game. You cannot do pinch runners. Oh, that is extremely unfortunate. So Neil's going to have to know when to leg it out in order for us to try to win this game. Steinbach, 0-1. Steinbach again, 0-2. Steinbach looking at the offering. Line drive down the right field line. Oh, and Neil's cheesing it around first and made it second, then third. Winning run is 90 feet away. Oh my goodness, Farr is kicked out of this game. What a crazy turn of events. Howell's coming in to try to mitigate the damages here. Already said and done. Andretti, one swing of the bat here, and we're walking it off. So we got ball 1, and we got strike 1. Ball 2. Howell looking in for the sign. Fields throws fastball. Strike 2. Andretti 2-2. Pops up to the catcher in the worst break possible, and we're going into extra innings. Oh my goodness. We almost had it. But Scott Brocious is really that dude, sending this game into extra innings. Freddie Williams grounds out to the pitcher. Now we're excited. Now we got ourselves a game. We got ourselves a match. We got ourselves a match. Horseman already got Gael down 2-0-2. Grounds out to short. Oh my goodness. Boggs. Strike 1. Horseman, Boggs. Lines out to Big Mac, and here we go again down to the bottom of the 10th inning. We got Armas, we got Bordick, we got Gates. The great Bill King would say, holy Toledo, because this might be a crazy tornado, if you will. Alright, here we go. We got ball 1. We got strike 1, 97 miles an hour over the plate. Armas stares at another 98 mile an hour fastball down the middle of the plate. Armas hits one. Foul. We do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Armas puts a charge into 1, and it gets by the right fielder, hits the wall. Armas is going to lake one out for 2 base, and he's in there. Holy Toledo, indeed. We got Armas, the winning run. Second base, Mike Bordick is up. Any outfield fly here could move him up 90 feet, could score the winning run. Bordick, 0-2. Bordick, and the infielder misplays it. Armas moves at 90 feet. Runners at the corners. Don't get picked off in this situation. Brent Gates batting from the right-hand side. Can he be the hero today, coming into the game late? No, he strikes out. Oh, in depressing fashion. Sierra's in there now. Can he be the hero? Playing some great defense in this game. Swings at a pitch, and then that's it. That's the winning run. Sierra with the walk-off, and this game is over. Oh, man. A's outlast the Yankees in 10. You're right, we did. Oh, man. Royal manager gets vote of confidence from ownership. That's always comforting. Oh, that's extremely comforting. Brocious with that clutch. Home run at the bottom of the 9th inning for 2. Everybody almost got a hit. Brent Gates checked into the game. Didn't get a hit. Mac Attack didn't get a hit either. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. That's all you can say is, oh, man. Welsh got the no decision on that. But, hey, that's okay. It's better than losing. Ooh, okay, well, with that being said, that, friends, has been Ken Griffey Jr. Presents Major League Baseball, or as I like to call it, MLB 93. We'll be back on the channel with this. Thank you for watching, and until then, we'll see you tomorrow, next week. Until then, take care of yourself, and have a good one. Peace out.